The courtroom was half full, with the buzz of a routine trial in the air. Prosecutor Elaine Bradford shuffled through her notes with mechanical confidence. On the opposite side of the aisle, DeAndre Mason, a 39-year-old policy strategist and autodidact legal scholar, adjusted his tie and calmly reviewed his opening statement. He wasn't supposed to be in court that day, at least not as a defendant. The city had filed misdemeanor charges against DeAndre for obstruction and unlawful assembly, stemming from an incident where he had peacefully de-escalated tensions between protesters and police during a housing rights demonstration. Video from the scene had already gone viral. DeAndre could be seen calmly separating activists and officers, calling for nonviolence and providing legal information to both sides. Still, the city filed charges. "I told them," DeAndre later recalled, "if they bring it to court, they better bring more than noise." Bradford's case was thin, built mostly on one officer's account and loosely worded citations, but she leaned into confidence and courtroom routine. Her strategy? Treat it like just another low-profile case likely to end in a plea deal or quick judgment. What she didn't expect was for DeAndre to represent himself with precision. When the trial opened, the prosecutor began with a short summary. Mr. Mason was interfering with law enforcement and encouraging unlawful behavior. Then she called her first witness, Officer Reese. On the stand, he claimed DeAndre had directed the crowd, interfered with commands, and instigated resistance. DeAndre rose, respectfully nodded to the judge, and began his cross-examination. Officer Reese, in the footage submitted, "Do you hear me saying," and I quote, "let's all calm down. Don't escalate. Let them speak?" "Yes," Reese muttered. "Do you recall me saying, 'Let the officers through, they're within their rights to be here'?" "Yes." "Did I at any point issue any command contradicting law enforcement instruction?" "No." DeAndre turned to the judge. "Your Honor, I ask the court to acknowledge Exhibit B, the full-length body cam video which the prosecution submitted. It contains every word I said at the scene." The judge nodded. DeAndre continued. "Officer Reese, in your report, you used the term incitement. Can you define incitement per Michigan Penal Code 750.543F? The officer blinked. "That's okay. I'll read it for the record. Intentional act encouraging imminent lawless action likely to produce such action." "Did any such action follow my statements?" "No," the officer admitted. The room was still. DeAndre's tone remained professional, not smug, more like a teacher pointing to the answer the class had overlooked. Bradford tried to redirect the case around intent, but DeAndre dismantled that too. He cited Brandenburg versus Ohio, explaining that peaceful protest, even assertive speech, is protected under the First Amendment unless it incites imminent violence. He even submitted an affidavit from a protester and a retired police lieutenant who were present, both confirming DeAndre's role in keeping the peace. By closing arguments, Bradford's case had unraveled. DeAndre addressed the court. "This case is not about obstruction, it's about optics. I was a black man in the middle of a protest, but instead of shouting, I was organizing. Instead of resisting, I was reminding everyone of their rights. That shouldn't have landed me in handcuffs. It shouldn't land anyone." He paused and let the silence sit. If we criminalize calm leadership in moments of tension, then what are we asking for? Chaos. This prosecution rests on misinterpretation, and I trust the court can see the difference between actual interference and active peacekeeping. The judge nodded slowly, then issued a decisive ruling. All charges dismissed. "Mr. Mason, your legal argument was thorough and persuasive." Outside, members of the public applauded him as he exited. Local journalists rushed to cover the moment, while social media lit up with the clip of his final statement. The hashtag #Logic over lies trended within hours. DeAndre didn't smile for the cameras. He just held up a small copy of the Constitution and said, "The law is a sword or a shield. Learn to use both."